where loved ones have lost a family member because of this issue. Managing partner at Hare, Wynn, Newell and Newton, Matt Minor joins me now with more on how to protect your loved one. Attorney Minor, welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
Let's talk a little bit about nursing home neglect and abuse. It seems to be, something that's like the silent thing that happens in the industry. How do you know? Say for putting a camera in your loved one's room, how do you know?
Great, it's a great question, and while it is silent, sort of underpinning cases of neglect, cases of abuse end up in our conference rooms all of the time from family members that are just so distraught about it. I mean, when you think about it, our children and the elderly are our most precious citizens, and they're also our most vulnerable because they really cannot protect themselves.
That's right.
We have to stand up for them. And at Hare, Wynn, we've had an opportunity to do that alongside of families for a lot of years. Most families come to us just wanting to know, hey, I don't know if something is wrong, but it seems like it is. Can you help us get the answers? And that's what we do as experienced nursing home lawyers. We can help them get the facts to answer their questions. Oftentimes, there may not be neglect or may not be abuse, but there can be.
Can be. Well, let's talk about consent. And is this a single consent state where the placement of a recording device is legal and binding in a court of law?
Well, you don't see cameras in nursing homes very often.
No, I meant for a patient's family to install one themselves, like one of these little Radio Shacks.
We have had situations where that has occurred in the past, and it comes down to the judicial discretion oftentimes as to whether that would ever come into play in a court of law. Now, as a family member, if you can do that, you ought to do that because you want to know what's going on with your loved one. Right. I mean, there's a lot of other signs besides that of abuse and neglect. Is your loved one showing up when you go to see them with bruises that are unexplained? Do they look like they're getting the appropriate hygiene? Do they change all of a sudden where they become withdrawn? And you can look for signs and symptoms like that.
And then what is the recourse that people can get if they do take this to court? Is it some type of closing of a facility, or is it just monetary compensation?
A lot of different things you can do. You can first of all go to your ombudsman. You can go to Adult Protective Service, or you can go see an experienced nursing home lawyer. If a case has merit, if it does go to court, oftentimes it is a civil penalty under the Kentucky nursing home laws. I'm not aware of facilities closing as a result of that. But sometimes it's the only way to get their attention.
There you go. Well, to learn more about their services, log on to hwnn.com and let's get a look at our forecast. Attorney Minor, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let's get a look at our forecast. Meteorologist Tom.